mic check, test.
Oh, here's one. Oh, okay. Okay. I usually carry at least one. Not really. How's it going? Well, whatever gave you that idea? Well, I think I got an idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Astros. Astros, second, third, no outs, can't score. Oh, on your way.
They beat the Rangers.
Yeah, that's true. Game three.
Seeing we have a quorum, I will call to order the City of Kemah City Council and Kemah Public Facilities Corporation regular meeting, August 5th, 2026 at 4 p.m. And the first thing on the agenda is our pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Next on the agenda is a moment of silence. And next on the agenda is invitation to address council. Natasha, do you want to do the comments first?
Yes, we have one from Daniel Conrad, who opposes the sports facility, citing financial risk and taxpayer exposure. That is a summarized version, and the citizens' complete written comments were provided to the city council at the dais this evening and will be included with the official minutes of this meeting. And that's all we have.
And
I make a motion to move item 13 on the agenda to head of item after the consent agenda, after 9.
is there a second?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
I'll break the vote and say nay. Moving on to invitation to address council, Ms. Sylvia Streeter. Yes, ma'am, and please make sure the mic is green illuminated. Just punch the button if it's not already. Probably, but maybe pull it up closer to you. Yeah,
Oh,
perfect.
I have a green light now.
Okay, green go.
I'm here to thank you, council and mayor, for your service. I realize all the time that you spend, and I appreciate it as a citizen of our little city. And I'm also here to thank you as a council for our use of the community center for our Kemah cronies. And I usually don't ask for much help except for Richard. But I had to make some calls on Tuesday because I encountered a problem at the community center. And thank you, Mayor, for answering my call and listening to me. And the other calls that I made, I'm sorry that Caesar is not here.
He's on his way.
Okay, I'll hold off on him though, but I want to personally thank you for this leadership of this chief and the leadership that Caesar brought to us. The problem, Caesar came in, brought part of his staff. Chief showed up with half of the police department, I think. And they cleared the community center because we had all of our food from the food drive in there. We had all the tables set up for the crony meeting. And they were very gracious. Everybody worked real hard, and within minutes, the community center was cleared. And all of my little tables and everything were set up in the small room for our cronies.
Good.
So thank you, especially for their leadership. We need to hang on to those young men. They're good for our community. The thing that I say to you is, it was a wonderful experience to see the community working together. And I so appreciate that. We haven't had that in a while. And it was very appreciated. And everybody that I've told that story to say you're lucky to be living in Kemah, which I know I am. And that's why I continue to volunteer here when I do. I would ask you, the one thing that I felt like that scared me the most is that we don't ever as a city want to put money as a priority over our citizens. So when you make decisions, just be careful. I know we need money. I served when we didn't have anything. We didn't have the boardwalk. We didn't have Walmart. So just be careful. And again, thank you all for your service. I do appreciate you.
Thank you, Ms. Sylvia. We don't have anyone else on the list to, oh, Cheryl, I'm sorry. Did you want to sign in? I'll just write your name in if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Grief. I just wanted to throw my hat in the ring to fill the position of the outgoing city councilman, Cheryl Gonzalez. I live right over here on Leewood Circle. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is mayor's comments, and not much going on since our last meeting except for the heat. But first of all, I want to offer a sincere gratitude and well wishes to our exiting councilman, Lee Wallace. He submitted a letter of resignation in July due to health issues, and we wish him a speedy recovery, and his presence on council was much appreciated. I'd also like to thank everyone who attended and participated last week at the Park Fest up at the 57-acre park. We really had a great turnout, even though it is hot outside. But up on the berm, we had a nice gentle breeze, and it was nice. It was a wonderful way to cap off National Parks and Rec Month. And a special thanks to KTX Events and Fundamentally Awesome, and then everyone else who helped make that event possible. If you did visit the 57-acre nature facility, maybe you noticed all the new trees that are up there. The Boy Scouts planted some of them, but Kemah received 125 donated trees, and most of the larger ones were planted by our Public Works team, and we want to thank them for that. And then Scenic City, Texas is also holding their 2026 People's Choice Award. And as a recognized community, Kemah has been nominated. So if you would go to scenictexas.org and vote for the city for their nomination, that would be great. You'll find the instructions on how to vote by just scrolling down on that homepage, and that's scenictexas.org. Next on the agenda are council member comments. Councilman Rourke, would you like to go first tonight?
Well, yeah, I just want to say thank you to the police chief for coming to the Huntington on the 21st. It was an interesting event, and to actually see a 7-foot-tall officer. A lot of the short women did get their pictures taken with them. And I just want to say again, thank you.
Councilman Broadus?
Yeah, thank you for coming out tonight. Huge thank you to Walmart and our police department as well for sponsoring the Give More Foundation. I think in March we got about 1,100 pounds of food, and this July 25th, I think was a little over 1,300 pounds. So it should give them enough food to make it hopefully to the end of the year. So much appreciated. Definitely a shout out to Walmart for their generosity in helping with that event and allowing us to take donations at both their front doors during the time that we're collecting food. So just want to make sure we recognize them. So thank you.
Okay. Councilman Oliver, sorry about that.
I'll echo thanks to the staff for all the hard work you've done this summer, all the events. It makes for long, hot days out there. So thank y'all for stepping up and helping outside of your normal office duties, keeping the city running. Police department as well. it's hot. So thank you, everybody that volunteered to fill the vacancy. Thank you for your willingness to serve the community, and thank you for showing up tonight. That's all I got.
Councilwoman Dorn?
I'd like to echo my fellow councilmen's gratitude for all the people that applied. And the agenda is the agenda. I would also like to remind people that school will be starting. So please slow down, and you've been going through school zones because you're probably not accustomed to the flashing lights again. And that's a mean way to get a ticket. So please, please. In addition to that, this is tax-free weekend. So for school supplies, even computers, anything that is below $100, check with the the state comptrollers, and they'll have a list of items. And typically Walmart also has a list of items that are available for tax-free, and that includes clothes and backpacks. So please take advantage of it. In these economic times, every little bit helps. Thank you.
I've got one thing to add, Mayor, sorry.
Okay. Well, while you're
Some-
doing that, I'm going to check on Caesar.
Somebody I forgot to thank is the Kima Lions Club hosted a group of students from all over the place a few weeks ago. The students chose Kima as a destination on their tour. They got to eat around town, got an escort from the police department, and meet some officers. And at our Lions Club meeting in League City last night, it was talk of the town how well Kima represented with all the students. So kudos to the Lions Club. And if you don't know who your current Lions Club members are, I encourage you to get out there and meet them and support them any way you can. Now I'm caught up.
City Administrator.
Okay. He doesn't have, Caesar does not have a report, actually, and we have staff reports. Jerry, did you want to go over yours or anything? Okay. Well,
I would have just mentioned on 8C, I think we probably need to bring it back, but I mean, there's in the Lineberger report, there's like $17,000, I think, for people that are deceased with no estate. And I don't think we're ever going to collect the money. I think it says deceased, no estate, or beyond claim, $17,754, DEC status. So I think it'd be probably good accounting practice for us to officially write that off, since we have no claim and there's no family claim. So we probably need to talk about the rest of them as well, as far as where we stand on the $2.8 million that's outstanding. So have Lineberger come in and have a conversation with us.
okay. Be sure the mic's on.
So once they send me the report of the deceased people, then we can actually get that off the books, but I can't do anything until somebody gives me the names. Another thing we need to remember, we're a pass-through city and a tourist city. And I did show the mayor this morning where the biggest parts of our warrants are, which are not local. So it's a little bit harder for us to get out there and get them. So we are doing what we can to get them in. September, we're going to have another warrant resolution. So we're trying. We are a small city, and we don't have that many officers. So we do have to rely on other cities that have time to help us with these warrant resolutions to try and get it, taken care of. I believe next year we had spoke with the judge. We're going to go through some of the old ones that are over 7 years old and start getting rid of those, because a lot of them are not local. We have a lot in Louisiana, like I showed the mayor. And when they're out of state, we're just not going to collect that. So that's what we're hoping to do, to start cleaning that up so it looks a little bit better.
They were all over the United States. and
Even
some
Puerto
even in
Rico.
Puerto Rico. So I was kind of blown away at looking.
Yeah, Lineberger has a real good, it's
Yeah.
called MapDiff, and it will pinpoint where everybody lives. Periodically, they go through and they do, it's like a skip trace for new addresses for them. So, you know, they're getting the letters sent out to them and stuff. It's just getting them in here.
Any questions or comments for Jerry?
I really appreciate it because I'm looking at the percentage and I've checked a few other cities. We actually have a pretty good collection percentage. So it's definitely doing well.
And Caesar, no comments?
I do have one comment. CenterPoint is here. If I could ask him to please come forward. Mr. Ron Dugan is here from CenterPoint. We had a can I call it a small storm? Or what was it? A small unexpected storm that we got, not the one that we were expecting when the storm was actually coming. And there was some damage. There were some folks with some power outages. There was some concerns raised by I think one or two residents. And I asked Mr. Dugan to please come forward and share what he's been able to accomplish concerning that.
Yeah, so it was some of the remnants of Tropical Storm Bertha that came through, brought 80-mile-per-hour plus winds came through. I'm sure everyone had blinking lights when that occurred. It kind of went all the way from Baytown, all the way down through Kemah, all the way down to Santa Fe, and then out towards Lake Jackson. This is something that we contend with. Mother Nature seems to want to throw everything it possibly can towards us. But as far as the resiliency and reliability for the city of Kemah, the majority of individuals saw, blinking lights as that occurred, but not significant outages. Kemah 5 did go out. There was a tree branch that had fallen outside of the easement into the power lines. We rectified that very quickly. The customer in particular, Ms. Palmias, I did speak with her. She had not spoken to anybody at CenterPoint Energy prior to sending out her long email to everyone, informing them of the outages. I did thank her for informing us of what she is going through. It is my determination that any outage is not a good outage. Doesn't matter what it is. And we will do and continue to do everything we can to make this the most resilient electrical system possible down here. The city of Kemah itself, after going through a brief period from Hurricane Beryl to today, for the most part, most citizens have only seen 3 sustained outages and very few momentary outages. The sustained outage is anything longer than a minute, with the majority of it on average. Most Kemah citizens have only seen about 45 minutes worth of an outage. So that is a very good, reliable track record. So kudos to Kemah, kudos to allowing us to continue to do the things that we need to do to make this system resilient. Part of it is vegetation. That was the thing that was mostly affecting Ms. Palmias. There were some individuals back in 2022 that did not want us on their property to do proper tree trimming. That is okay. We have rectified that with them. We notified them ahead of time. We made sure that the crews were available when they were available, and they have concluded the tree trimming along that line fuse that comes off of Kemah 5. Kemah 5 is also the circuit that directly impacts City Hall, so she is on a great circuit. The other thing that she didn't understand was how her neighbors in the same apartment complex had lights while she did not. It's because they are fed from 2 different scenarios. One is fed off a line fuse, the other one is fed directly off of the circuit. The problem is that was built 55 years ago. So unless the apartment complex would like to change their location of service, there's not much I can do there. However, we are going to continue to do a couple more things along that lateral fuse, including some pole change out and some wildlife protection that should increase the reliability and resiliency for that line fuse. If y'all have any questions for me.
Any questions or comments?
Since it's not on the agenda item, I would think it would be inappropriate.
If any questions you persist, you can follow up with me, and I'll be more than happy to work with CenterPoint on that. But I do want to take a moment to thank Mr. Dugan's team also for coming forward and having their open session that they had over at the community center for hurricane preparedness specific to CenterPoint, as well as for some of the vegetation efforts that are going on throughout the city. You remember we asked them to do that about a year and a half ago now, to set that up as far as last year's preparation. They've continued doing that through this year's preparation, as well as his team's efforts to get all of our lights changed out to LED. So I'd like to take a moment to thank Mr. Dugan for his efforts for that and his entire team. It was not on the agenda because we weren't ready to present yet, but I will say that part of that was because of the email that came in and getting on the agenda after it was posted. We want to make sure that he still had a chance at this meeting as prompt as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the consent agenda. 9A, to approve the minutes of the 7/15/2026 City Council workshop. And 9B, to approve the minutes of the 7/15/26 City Council regular meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Broadus and I think a second by Councilwoman Thorne. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The consent agenda items pass unanimously. 10A, consideration and possible action to approve Resolution 2026-28, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Kemah, Texas, to accept the formal resignation of a council member and to appoint a person to fill a vacancy on the City Council and providing for an effective date.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2026-28 and appoint Jacqueline Whelan effective, what's today, August 4th? August 5th
Yes.
at 4:19.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Darren Broadus, a second by Councilman Dustin Oliver. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I oppose.
I will break the tie and vote affirmatively. Congratulations, Jacqueline. We will now adjourn the meeting at 4:21 to go to executive session.
So I guess I will set up the time.
I'm glad this is at 4 o'clock. A lot of people thought it was wrong because so many people weren't working. I said, well, those of us that don't work, I have Bible study in Wednesday night, so I couldn't come to council meeting. So,
Yeah, they changed it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or maybe it was Jake.
Yeah.
We were very happy about that. We get to go home.
We're having to go home and come back and just ruined your whole day.
Yeah. We're trying to open up all the public comments and stuff too, so, yeah, you know, if they couldn't come, at least they can submit their public comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still kind of a work in progress, trying to get it all situated.
And, and like it says, if you want to know something about chemo, go to chemo current. I don't know what it is either. Like I say, I'm not good with the computer, but, I do like to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Whenever you go, let me see if I can go back to our. Okay, on our webpage, you go to agendas.
yeah, I can do all that, but I'm saying it came to me automatically. And I didn't have to do all that.
No, I'm gonna show you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, for public comment, if you want to, I'll show you the form, I'm just saying that you click here and then take it out. Now, if you want to sign up for, notifications, if you go to notify, right here. You check mark, it's voting no, if you already have a login, you can like sign in, I think if you need to reset your password, it'll, you know, do the whole rigmarole.
All right, that was my problem,
Yeah.
because I don't know my password.
It may, like, if you haven't done anything in there for a while, it may,
It's not
not, yeah, so you might have to just re-sign up, but you go in there and, either sign in there and you can like check mark all the little things that you want to sign up for.
Okay.
But it would be that one right there, or any of the meetings right
Yeah.
there, so, and then any, then post, like, whatever you want to sign up, there's a whole bunch of
Gotcha.
stuff on there.
Okay.
Okay, and then,
But I have to have my password to go.
yeah, and also, if you submit, it's one password for everything on the website. Like, say you have like a, I don't know if you have one here, but like, say you have a couple bill or, you know, whatever, it's the same stuff, you can go in there.
So I would just come up with my own password for the city, okay?
Yes. Okay, and then, for public comment request, click on that button there. And then, fill out the form.
Yeah, I filled out all that, but when it came to that password, I didn't have it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what it probably was? Whenever you got over the receiving list, and you're probably just decided, I bet you that's what it was.
Okay.
Because that is connected to that. Yeah, so you're in there somewhere.
Okay.
Just reset your password and get off of there. Well, that was easy.
Trying to get all the.
Probably elections, let's have a vote. It starts running by that time. For early voting, yeah, it's November. So it would be October something.
They're always in there. They would still go out to the paper.
Yeah, because we met, in fact, the ladies.
They don't mind.
No, the only lights we have are street lights that you want right. So the one across the street, the one that you see the metal pole and goes up and those lights shut down. Those are the
Hold on top of my head.
They used to be Iowa Colony. Iowa Colony. And now. So we still have to use that.
Hey, did Sylvia call or did you call? How are you doing, lady? Oh, I have no idea.
I wanted to show you this if you can make it out. This is the house where I was in Seabrook, by the ballpark. That's what's left of the giant water. That's what occurred in the girl. A young man. I saw her.
Our tops of our trees, I know what that tornado is. The tops of the trees.
There's come down all these standards.
I let you. I think 6 degrees, 9, 7, 6 degrees. I called the chief, I was in Kingwood, and I called the chief, I said, can I come back to Kingwood? He said, where are you? I said, I'm in Kingwood. He said, you're gonna have more trouble getting out of Kingwood than the trees. And he said, well, come on.
You know, I was looking up for Hurricane Ike. That was my first big one. I put up for crew. And so I was on the river over there. My Sunday school class were older, all the way to age 105. age 50 or 105. And they were down. They lived by Philippines, lower Rockwell, those islands. For 1 day, I'm like, listen, Cheryl is gonna. So what I'm gonna have to do is, because I had already bought the house there, and it took, but I was still up in upper room, so I wasn't affecting quiet. But I took pictures, I still have of the CenterPoint guys. But it was 21 days. to get that over there by the ballpark. People were trying to get in. I didn't want to get all over the water. Yeah. But so, yeah, well, anyway, people across the street, everybody was without electricity, all of us. That night, and I terminated the real cold. And we got watching in his house, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, a huge cloud of pressure hit a transformer on West Park. And I had electricity from then on. How long have you been have electricity? Well, how long have you been out of electricity? And he says, God, well, you know, everything over the bank, all in your downstairs, so they couldn't get it. Well, my house, my little house, I lived in there, it was finished one way. I did walk. It took everything that we did, but they fixed one set of stairs. I was able to sleep the next day after her. I was the only one on the side that day. Everybody else was gone. Wow, that house that I showed you that picture had that much water in it. Yeah, so it had to be taken out because it's gotten so close to the floor.
I think you were my son's third grade teacher.
I thought it was.
He was living in Austin. His teacher. Yeah. For some reason he didn't go.
I didn't know you were an elementary school teacher. Yeah, when I got out of college, the creek was not high. It was so I went to Nickel and I taught second grade there. And then the second year I got up. Stopped teaching. And then I didn't teach her. Anyway, I opened up Clear Lake City over there, and I taught 5th grade over there, and I taught 2 years. The King's Glory, and then I got pregnant. So I quit teaching. And then the last 25 years, I was over at Stewart, and I taught those. 25 years, it's turned out. And I went to the old school. The building was there where Mr. was. And then I went to the new brick school, 4th grade. And then I went to the portable buildings and taught there, and then I got to teach at the new school. So total of how much, 30? No, I didn't teach for 27 years. Wow. I'm still certified. I'm certified for life to teach in the state of Texas. Yes. And 6th grade through 12th grade. Well, I could teach kindergarten through college. I got it all. In art, when I was certified, they were still giving the lifetime certificates. Yeah. But sometimes I still think about it. Going over there and putting my name in and see what. You know, I didn't want to say I like having my own kids and doing my own thing. And I always got along with the principals because Mrs. Stewart, who was my principal, when I first got married, I had gone up to school for so. Oh, it was when I became council. She said, all right, it's over here. She said, what you do as a principal is what you want. She said, You spend your time hiring the best people that you can. You spend good time interviewing, and then once you sit back on your own head. That's what you do. That is brilliant. And so every principal that we've had up here, I go in, I say, I gotta tell you something from my old principal. Do you remember Ross? You remember Ross Perot? Yeah. I didn't know Ross Perot at the time. Yeah. When he was running and they made fun of him and, you know, what he was and all. But he was a stellar person. And in his book, every one of his teachers all the way through. And we lost a GM when we lost. Yeah, really, but he didn't get, what's the word, it's just due. I don't think that at the time that he was writing and predicting things for the future. Of course, now hindsight, you know, I hope they're not, nothing bad here. Don't worry. I hope nothing bad's happening back there. In the back, at the conference. Something to do with, something to do with Caesar. Oh, is it? There's so many things that you don't know. Yeah, I mean, people are hired to do one job, just so they're complaining for lazy. And then they promptly put them to doing something that was wrong in there. And so they do it because they're troopers. We've seen the mess when I walked in early to set up for the King of Consolation. And when I walked in, the person was on the table. How, I mean, we're talking about, what you say, 1,100 pounds of food. And I thought, that was wonderful to see that much food given. And so all I did is I called public works. And I said, he said, what are you going to do? She said, you know, we're going to set up around on the outside. And I'm going to go get my, I have to get it to the weekend. Place it. And I said, everything, got the coffee, ready, I got this juice. We set it down, covered the tables, did everything like that. And then all of a sudden, I got a happened. You're going to have me bring the keys down here. I have rigid the dishes, and y'all have to get out. I said, you realize we've got food? It's all here. She said, that's not supposed to be there. I said, honey, it is. They got it. They're packed for food.
So you go to 6:30. I don't know social media for the business out of business, but they're fixing to. See Tom Cruise sign? That's why he posted.
I'll call the meeting back to order at 5:17 PM. We do not have any action items from executive session. The next on the agenda is 13A, discussion on filling city council vacancy Communication has been received on interested parties in filling the vacant position. Out of the hope for transparency, I believe a frank discussion in open session is needed to discuss the process of name selection.
I put this item on the agenda because the state law is clear in the sense that the council, and it certainly happened according to state law. I do not dispute that. The mayor can only vote if there's a tie, which there were, and it was her decision, and it perfectly within state law. I believe, again, in my opinion, that the process should have been to give the applicants an opportunity to speak. And because there is no process. And that's not to say this won't happen again. And I would like to consider going forward, looking at a process to fill vacancies. That's all I have to say.
We have any other comments or questions? And Councilwoman Thorne, I think our city attorney has already drafted a process, and I did as well. We looked at them from other cities the last time this happened. I've been up here a very long time, and it's happened very infrequently. I don't think any sitting council ever felt the need to have this process because it did happen so infrequently, but it has happened several times lately. So you may be right that we need to consider a process or procedure. But going into budget season, when we have a lot of roll call votes, I felt like we needed to stick with state statute tonight and place an appointment there. In that, it usually takes several meetings to get a process or procedure approved.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am.
Do we have any other comments?
Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a second? We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor? We are adjourned at 5:20. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to hang around, we are going to swear in our new city council person.